Hello and welcome to the Cat Collective. I'm Nina, I'm the channel for this channel. And let's start. Oh, that's what I'm noticing. Beloved radical acceptance. Let's see. Oh, what we got? Mindful groupthink. Oh yeah. Whale song resonating. Will-o'-the-wisp. Treasures hidden in the shadows. Aha. Okay. Okay. I'm already getting something. Oh, that's so romantic. Oh, that's weird. Oh, that's also weird. Oh. Yeah, exactly. Yes, yes. Okay, so it really affirms what I was thinking about. And what I was getting is... So what I was getting is groupthink. A group full of people. Like a room full of people. Well, these days it could be a digital room full of people. Like a digital meeting maybe. But it can also be just a group full of... Like a room full of people. That's what I saw, you know. And there's one individual that stands out in this room full of people. And this individual triggers within you a whole new landscape of daydreams. A whole new world. You know, I'm really drawn to all this, you know, the different, and how this is really a mind, you know, it's a mindscape, right? And it's a full mind, full of possibilities, just daydreams, right? And this looks like before you entered this room. You know, it's a, I think it's a, it's a new room. You know, it's a new, maybe you've just started to socialize again with people, right? With a room full of people. And before that you were a bit lost, right? You didn't know what to do. And it could be also that you were struggling to take a shower or something, you know, it's like this depressed, you know, because of how she looks. This depressed, you know, when you are so worn out and so down and sad that you don't even daydream anymore and you don't do anything, you know, you don't even take a shower, you just feel bad, right? You just feel blah, right? And then things change, right? Because look at that, this person. You look at them. You don't say anything. You just look. You know, with your third eye, you just look at them. And you see yourself in them. And you see yourself in them because maybe they have got some facial similarities to yours. You just notice them because of that. But when you look closer, you know, when you look closer with your eye, you just look and you're like, your eyes, you know, yeah, your third, but it's more your third eye that's looking at them. And you don't say a word, both of you, you don't. It's it seems to me that it is an environment where you can't just tell. And maybe they're occupied, I don't know. You know, it's like, but you look at them. You don't say anything, you just look. And then, well, you know, it's like bee in the flower. You just have some sort of, you know, a daydream romance with them. Looking at them, right? Just looking at them. Your third eye. And daydream romance, right? But you don't say anything. Nothing. No words. You just look. You just look. And then they mention a song. Somehow. Or a song. A song is important here because of this card. And it resonates. And you're like, oh wow, it's this song. It's this song. It's been a song that has been, that, you know, sometimes when we listen to music, we associate the music sometimes to specific people. But this song, you know, sometimes we associate music that we were introduced to by other people. But this song is something that you yourself looked up. But they mentioned the song. And you're like, wow. Again, ooh. And then you are totally zoned out. You listen to the song again, and it's a romantic one. And you're like, wow, that's... And then your mind is really full. Really full. And suddenly, you know, it seems to me that this room also was not the... Maybe it was an environment that you didn't want to be in. But this song. And this, you know, this person. It's like a treasure hidden in the shadows, right? And your mind is full. And you're daydreaming. And it's not a daydream that you need to close your eyes to. It just comes to you, and it's so intense. And you almost cannot... You know, whatever is happening in the room is not important anymore, because you just, you know, just being a little bit closer to them makes your mind full. With a nice daydream. And this in combination with this song, you know, it's almost like their higher self was sending you a message. And you are wondering, is that just you that's looking? They're not saying anything. Right? Is that just you? Because it is so intense, you know? Sometimes when we look at people from a distance, we, you know, kind of like them, and something comes. But this time it's more intense. It's a bit more... There's more to it. You know, it just comes so easily. It comes when you are just with your open eyes, and suddenly you have this image in your head, and you're like... And you cannot even concentrate that great anymore, you know, on the normal day-to-day tasks, because it's just coming, and it's so vivid, right? You're wondering what's up with this song and with the resonance in this connection. Certainly it is a nice gem in a situation that you've been in. Maybe it was I don't know, it could be anything, could be any situation. Just something that was before that not very interesting, but now it is, because your mind is full, right? And it transforms your mind a bit. But you're wondering, you know, wouldn't it be cool if you would have this situation and they would think the same? You know, maybe that's so intense because, well, maybe that's why it's so intense, because they do it too, and no one says a word, right? And let's find out what the cards say about this. Which deck am I drawn to? I think this one. This one wants to come out again. I've got quite a few decks, but only it's not that a lot of a lot of decks are just here for occasional purposes, but this deck, it's like this person. It's like, what's that all about? Beauty. Ooh. Oh, blocked. Yeah. Boom. Strength and gratitude. Okay. Oh, and bottom of the deck. Yeah, imagination. So, certainly this person is doing exactly the same thing. Exactly the same thing. And no one, maybe you didn't even have a proper conversation with them, but you're wondering, right? Do they see you when they see you and they think you're so beautiful? I mean, but they are also wondering, because when you look at them, there's something that you are quite similar, like from the looks. It just seems that there's some, when you look at their face and you examine their face, and you're like, there's so much similarity in this face. What's up with this? It's so weird. And you don't know them. They are a stranger to you, and I think they are they are in the same situation like you are. You've been just thrown into the same room with strangers, and it could be a new workplace situation or something like that. But it can be also, maybe a sport thing. But yeah, something like that. It could be that. It could be just anything. It's just this. Whereas where a lot of people are in a room, or can be digital and or just physical, but you're looking at them and they're looking at you, and it's strange because when they are so similar to you from the facial structure and everything, you're like, am I falling for myself here? Like, am I falling in love? What's that all about? Right? Because they are a unicorn to you. It's just they are so similar. Like their face. It's like, what's up? But they look at you like, you're a beautiful unicorn. Look at that. Look at that. Suddenly, their whole mindscape is also, coming to life with all those colors. And before that, it was so blue and dark, right? And now all the colors are coming in. And the song, it's this watery, it's the consciousness, it's this, wow, right? Wow. Yeah. So they clearly see you as a beautiful creature, something not often witnessed, because, hey, right? Look at that. Unicorn. How often do you see that? But that's the thing. No one says a word. No one. No one. There's something that is in between you, and it could be just the situation you're in, just the circumstances itself, because, it's not appropriate in a way to mention this. Or even, how do you go to a stranger? Hey, I think you kind of cute. You look at me, but maybe it's just that that it wouldn't be that great just to say anything right now. But it would be nice to notice. It would be nice if you knew that they know, right? And if they knew that you know, right? But something is in the way. That's why this reading is here, right? Because you're wondering, they are so beautiful. But you're not supposed to make a move. And they don't seem to make a move. So what is it all about? Bloom. Look, again, the blue and the card, the blossom, the mental daydream romance that you're in. It would be nice if they could send you a signal. But they do. Just look at them a little bit closely. You will see the signal, not just by the song that they shared somehow. It's just, you can grasp it somehow. Just by subtle things, are they mirroring you maybe? Something like that. Just something unspoken. You will see that. There's a blossoming going on for both of you. And it's a nice place to be. And sometimes it's also very nice to just stay there, right? But you're wondering, strength. Yeah, it's a very strong connection, right? It's a very intense connection, and it sparkles a lot of those daydreams for you, but you're wondering, are you just dreaming your life away when you look at them? Because, yeah, well, it's so nice to have something like that, but in a way, you also would like to have something that you can physically touch. But nonetheless, you're very grateful for this, because it makes a sour space. It's what I'm getting. It's just makes a dark place much more beautiful, and a boring place much more entertaining when you just look at them. It could be also in class or something like that, And you know how those things go when you don't really want to show up. So that's why I was getting maybe just class or work, something that you don't really want to do, but you have to show up. But now you've got a reason to go there, because you just want to look, right? Like a bird looking into this flower, and you're like, I just look at you for a while longer. But you don't want to be weird about it in a way, you don't want to. It's a bit of a weird situation, right? Because we can get a little bit shy, because you don't know if they know, but they are doing the same thing. They do. Just imagine. Right? This is, you're looking at the book of imagination, and you're diving deep into this. It's also, when you read a novel and you're writing your own novel in your head, and you are just imagining how it would be to be with them, and maybe you're trying to drag it into the reality by making up situations in your head where you could actually maybe somehow finally have a conversation, a private one. Yeah, but it's still in the head. It's just in the head. Yeah, it's a crystal vision. That's just what I noticed. It's just, it reminds you maybe of times where you were a little bit younger and you did that. Maybe it's not the first time, but this time it's different, because you have got more insight spiritually. And you know that if it's more intense, that it's not just you, and you know about the interconnectedness of people, and therefore, it sparks something in you, and not just in you, in them too. It's nice to have this shared connection, because if this person stands out to you so much, there's also something that stands out about you for them, both of you. You're just having this crystal vision of each other, and again, that's the mirroring. It's your eye and look at their eye. It's this. Look at that. Do you see that? That's so significant. But this sadly is too, right? But yeah, it's, I think back in the days when you had this experience before, you maybe even tried to put it into reality, force it, and maybe get disappointed or something like that. But today you're just enjoying it, and the crystal vision, it's a diamond, it's a diamond that lightens up your day. And it's also sparks a bit of your creativity, right? Because you're like, you beautiful creature standing underneath the rainbow. They are the same. The star. Yeah. Look at how they look at you, and look at how you look at them. And again, it's those bits and pieces, the blobs. Yeah, it's intense. But I'm not sure. I'm not getting anything that reveals how the story will unfold, if it will be just a story in your head. Right? It's just, you don't even want to go there. You don't even want to force things into reality. You know, you don't want to really act on this because it's beautiful the way it is, right? And reality sometimes can just disappoint you. But, you know, when visions are so intense and daydreams are so intense and it's mutual, there's something, but it's just something that you can only see, or, you know, you are only supposed to enjoy the moment with this, you know, even though you are technically totally zoned out in the moment in the real world, right? You are zoned out, but nonetheless it makes your day nicer. And if you were to act on it, maybe it wouldn't be so nice anymore, right? Because then the reality kicks in and you don't know. In our imagination, there are all the insecurities and everything, they are just gone, right? Because it's just in your head. Moon Maiden, new beginnings. Oh, she is so deep in the water. For me, she's so deep in it. Look at how you're both dreaming. You're both dreaming of a new beginning together. Would be so nice. But you don't even know them. Strange, isn't it? Sometimes we just need to know their essence, right? And we already see a lot. I just love their smile, you know, they look so gentle. They look so humble, almost. And they feel familiar, and they feel like the first breath. Again, beginner's mind. It's the beginning, you know, it's this... Yeah, it's this very first phase of a romance. When you're just wondering what they think, right? And that's something to enjoy. And before that, maybe you were trying to act on it, but now you are just enjoying this a bit longer. Oh, okay. Well, the Magician's Sword says confidence in your magic. It just means when you are, you know, this is magical, and it's also on Earth, right? On where we are now, here, right? It's causing insecurities, and you're wondering. Maybe they are wondering too. I think it's very mirrored. It's very mirrored. That you don't want to say anything, but clearly it's saying have confidence in your magic. But you know how things go. You know, you cannot just go from 0 to 100. You want to watch how it plays out, right? You want to watch this magical sword maybe appearing in front of you in real life, and therefore you have to just flow with how life goes. And if you were meant to be together, you will magically be alone in a room, and you both can't deny the draw to each other. It's just, I think that you both just want it only if it's flowing in a seamless way and in a less dramatic way. You just want the beauty of it for now, and what happens, right? Yeah, It's lovely. So, let's see. What else we got? All this new start, new beginning, you know, it's like the start of a relationship, huh? Because that's how very strong relationships start. They start by very intense daydreams, and they just come and they are so vivid, and they are not like the other daydreams that you might have had with some other crushes, you know. This time it's so intense and it feels so good, you know, and it's something you now escape to whenever you are stressed or just bored. Right? It's time to take action. Well, it's funny because I am drawn to say yes, it's time to take action, but not in the 3D, but more in the 5D, because build it up, build your full mind, you know, build your landscape inside your head, like build it up, make it beautiful there, you know, just daydream a little bit more. That's also how you manifest things. So, you know, just enjoy it, and it will unfold the way it was supposed to unfold. Time for healing. Yeah, that's certainly a very healing experience, because, you know, those past things that have hurt you, you know, that's not nice. I think you've been through this, right? And now there's this magic appearing in your life, and that you didn't expect, right? But you just enjoy it, and it could be, you know, it's like whenever this intensity between two people is in the room, you know, in the group, because it was all just about you two, right? But the thing is, other people are also noticing, because, as I mentioned, you have some very similar traits, and they might ask you at some point things, you know. People, especially the more psychic ones, they will drop you a few words here and there about what's going on, you know. It's this electricity in the room, right? It's this... Psychic people can see that. They notice when there's something. So you might get some, you know, like those fingers, like, hey. You know, it's like they notice. You can't hide it. It's at some point, if it gets too big, you can't hide it. But, you know, maybe, you know, there's also some people involved that might actually help you with that, or them. You know, it's like, you know, the universe has funny ways to put you into one room forcefully, if you were meant to be in one room, right? So yeah, enjoy that, and look at what's on the bottom. Have faith in your dreams, and this time it's like, have faith in your daydreams. Yeah, so enjoy. Cannot say anything else except that magic is in the room. Love it, love it. Just have 2 cards left. Let's see. Leo. Ooh. So, okay. I hope that you this reading was helpful. Additional info is in the letter box below. And see you next time. Bye bye. Bye bye.